Okay, today we're going to conduct TMA inspection. We're going to conduct this inspection prior to leaving the yard and taking it out to the site. First thing we're going to do is check the lights. In order for us to check the lights, the ignition has to be on the arm position. We'll check the front lights. We'll start at the front of the vehicle, look at the headlights, the turn signals, ID lamps, clearance lamps. We'll also take note of the windshield condition at that point. So the way we'll do this inspection is move ourselves from the driver's side around the rear up the passenger side. Complete 360 of the vehicle. What we'll do is we'll start at the front driver's side tire, look at the condition, make sure the lug nuts are tight. We'll look at the wheel condition itself, the tire and wheel condition. We'll move down the driver's side of the vehicle, inspecting the battery box, inspecting the DEF tank, make sure it's secure, denoted by this blue cat. We'll move down towards the rear tires. These are tandem tires. We'll make sure they're properly inflated, they have proper tread depth, and also the steel wheels or whatever type wheels they may be are in good condition, no cracks, and the lug nuts are tight. We'll move down to the rear of the vehicle, towards the back of the vehicle. We will check these lights. I consider the most important lights of the vehicle because they do indicate to the people behind us, any vehicles behind us, that you're going to either make a turn one way or another, or if you're stopping. So the turn signals and the brake lamps you'll check, and the rear ID lamps you'll check. And at this point you can also take a quick look underneath the rear of the vehicle and make sure nothing's hanging out of the ordinary, nothing's leaking. We will now continue up the driver's side of the passenger side of the vehicle, and we will inspect the passenger side of the vehicle as we would the driver's side, or as we did as the driver's side. It's a mirror image. Tires, lug nuts, rims, lights. You'll come up to the exhaust system, which will be on the passenger side. It's a regeneration exhaust system. Do not touch it. Just take a look at it. Make sure it's not hanging. You'll now come up to what I call the saddle tank. This is a diesel powered vehicle, so it's a diesel fuel tank. Make sure that's secure. We will now go underneath the hood. First thing we'll do is unlatch the hood, come to the front of the vehicle, lift the hood up. Inspection items underneath the hood are going to be the brake system, brake components, steering components. We will check the oil, denoted by this yellow dipstick. Be careful, it does have a locking mechanism. You want to pull it out, wipe it, put it back in, pull it out again, take note of what the level is. If it's fine, it's fine. If not, if it's low, add the proper amount of oil. You can also check the transmission. If there's a problem, you can check the antifreeze or the coolant level, and you can check the power steering level. We will then go close the hood. What you want to do first is take the locking mechanism that's on the passenger side, deactivate the locking mechanism for the hood, close the hood, latch the hood back up. It's very important to latch the hood back up. Go back into the cab. At this point, the key was already turned on. You can turn it off, then turn it back on and look at the gauges. You can then start the vehicle up, make sure the vehicle is in neutral, with the parking brake out. Parking brake is denoted by a yellow brake lever. And we're going to check the brakes. The other things that are appropriate to the cab, the windshield wipers, washer fluid, the horn, the safety triangles, which is a red box, and the fire extinguisher. Make sure they're secure. We're then going to put the attenuator down by the yellow box that's on the dash. We'll push it down, all the way down. Once it's all the way down, the arrow board is up. We're going to go to the back of the vehicle. Now with the attenuator down, check the lights. Check any securement points, any pivot points of the attenuator. There is a trick that if there's no lights, the lights aren't working, I would check these two inspection points, they're called pigtails. Make sure that they're secured and in place. That would be the first rule of thumb if you have no lights. It's very important to have lights to the rear portion of the attenuator. After we're done with that, we're going to go back into the cab. Once we're satisfied that the attenuator is in good shape and the arrow board is properly functioning, we will go back into the cab, go to the control box, shut the control on the arrow board down, and then lift the attenuator back into the closed position by pushing the up button, holding the up button. That'll come up and it'll secure itself in the cradle. What you want to do is once it's secured in the cradle, you want to hold the button for another 2 to 3 seconds. That'll ensure that it's locked in place. If you have any problems with the arrow board as far as the lights not working, you can check this is a solar powered arrow panel, so you can check the panel that's on top of the roof. Any other questions that you have, any issues or questions, you can always talk to somebody within the yard. Any major defects, make sure they're fixed before leaving the yard.